Hey everybody, welcome to the Midweek Check-in. We are recording this
On a monumental.
on a monumental day. It is 2-2. There's a lot of twos on this Tuesday, which is strange in itself. But anyway, I hope you're doing well. And we're here to share a little bit about what we're learning in the Lectio. I hope that you're enjoying that journey and studying Scripture and spending time with the Lord. Amy, you want to share first?
Yeah.
Since I just randomly blabbed for 2 minutes.
Yeah, I love these passages. Oftentimes when I look at what we're reading in preparation for our small group, I'm like, okay, Lord, how are you going to speak through 2 Kings?
Right.
And then he does. And I'm like, of course, because you're good and you're still living and you are still speaking to us today. So that is actually what I want to share with you. Something he spoke to me very personally last week in our reading in 2 Kings. He's talking about, we read about the story of Zedekiah, who was the king in Judah, and then King Nebuchadnezzar was going to come, and he did come, right? And he sent his men and built a siege around the city to just starve them and to capture them. And right in the middle of this story, we read that all the Chaldeans, they built siege work around. So all these people were encapsulated in their town. And then in the middle of the night, there was like jailbreak. Like there was a little breakdown of the Chaldean army, and there was just a tiny little narrow space where the king and some of his men could flee from the horror that they have essentially gotten themselves into. And in that moment, God was like, hey, in the dead of night, when it is so dark and you have buried yourself in a mess, are you trying to flee? Like, what good is that? What good is what are you running from in the dead of night? And then he's so gracious in these moments too, right? And so then he brought me to John, when it's like, hey, in the beginning is the Word, and the Word, there's no darkness in him. And he brings light to every situation. And just that grace that he bestowed upon me of slapping me like, hey, what are you running from? What are you hiding in the dark? And then also there's no darkness in me. I come to restore, I come to bring light and life. And so it was just a reminder of, even in 2 Kings, he's still speaking to me today.
I felt the same way. The text that stood out to me yesterday, the Genesis text that we read about Jacob and Esau. It's a story that we're fairly familiar with, and like, oh, here's the story again. But as Jacob is approaching his brother Esau, what he did is what hit me. He got all of his stuff ready, his family and his wealth, almost as a way to buffer between him and his brother, who was scared was going to harm him. And he had good reason for that, because of what he did to him. And the thing that struck my heart was, how often do I do that with the Lord, where I feel like I've done something to wrong our relationship, and then I almost want to show him all the good that's happened around me as a buffer. And in those moments, it's like Esau coming to his brother Jacob, and like going, what are you doing? You don't need to do any of this. And I love the text because it says he embraced him and it's in his neck, it's very intimate. He's very close, and they wept, and I thought, man, that is the Lord's grace for us. He's not expecting any of that. He's actually moving towards us in love, and are we receptive? So, what a gift that God is present and chasing us down in those ways. So we hope that, as you are journeying through that, even if you've been in the Scripture a lot in your life, the Spirit of God is always revealing things about Himself, and so stay at it. There's no routine when it comes to connecting with the Lord. He's always at work, always speaking. So keep reading, get into a group of people. Things come to life in a group of people, in a community, that sometimes don't when you're by yourself reading. So we just value that here. We love you. We hope you have an excellent rest of the week. And this weekend, Ted Vale's coming to share with us about Foursquare Missions International, and we're looking forward to that. So I hope to see you there.